Hi, I'm Merritt Black, founder of Apteros Trading, which is a proprietary trade desk, which means we back traders all over the world. They trade our capital and we share in the money they generate. No doubt many of you watching this video would like to be proprietary traders. Take a look at apterostrading.com. Check us out, see if it's a good fit. Reach out, ask us questions. We're around to talk. Speaking of being around, here we are. This is my home office. So first of all, welcome. Glad to have you join me. We're gonna hang out, you know. As you see, I like bourbon here. There's no liquid in my house. You know what? We may have some stuff hidden somewhere, but pretty much everything in my house is brown. It's pretty much all I drink. I'm not a big beer guy. I almost never keep it in the house. But bourbon, I keep it, and I will pour just a small pour like this, and just really savor the nose, and I just absolutely love bourbon. It's a beautiful thing. I'm glad it was invented. This is Blanton's. It's one of Buffalo Trace's products, and they have I guess Eagle Rare. Several of these are Weller, Buffalo Trace. They're the go-to people right now. Bourbon is a bubble, right? Bourbon, crypto, these things are a bubble. Blanton's you used to could find anywhere. Now it's hard to find. But I'm not going to bore you with bourbon talk. I know some of you like bourbon as well. So if you ever want to get me a gift, just send me a good bottle of bourbon. We'll work out a deal. I'll mentor you or something for it. Anyways, we're going to take a look around the home office. I don't know what we're going to do. We got some trade books. We got some cocktails. We got a PC I built. Everything from my chair to the monitors to the keyboard, everything. We'll just walk through what I'm using. This is not going to be one of those crazy YouTubers videos where it's just these insane things and the most high-end craziest things. They buy all that stuff just to do the video. Like, what are they really using it for? So anyways, traders need quality, they need reliability, they need low latency, they need some things, but even what I have is probably a little bit of overkill at times for what we really need it for, if we're honest. So I'll show you what I'm working with, and hopefully you can kick back, relax, and join me. Cheers. So, over here on the couch, what are we doing over on the couch? Why do we have a couch over here? Well, it's important. You ever need to take a nap? It's a great place to take a nap. Right here. In all seriousness though, naps can be important. I think a lot of studies have shown that. If you're too tired, you could take a nap. So it's not something I do frequently. I've done it more frequently since having a newborn, that's for sure, but it's important to have a space where you can do that. Now, does it have to be in your office? No, it doesn't. But the biggest point about having, like where I was over there, even though I might start drinking that, so we might not need to be over there while we're trading. Over here, let's consider it more the library nook or whatnot. But in all seriousness, being able to sit somewhere and still be at work essentially, but not be at your keyboard and then your mouse, I think is very important. And it's something I haven't really heard someone talk about before. But I think it's a really good thing to be able to, I can still monitor a position from here, right? My workstation's right over here. I can see what's going on, and I can still be over here. I can grab a book, I can have a journal, I can find a cigar. I can do whatever we need to do, but I'm not going to make a rash decision to click a button because I can't from over here. So give that some consideration. and create an environment where you can still be present but not ready to do something. You know, it makes a difference. Try it out. You know, I think recently I've talked about some of my favorite books and whatnot. There are just so many good ones. Let me talk about some that I haven't talked about in the past, maybe. And I don't have a script, or I'm not even, I just now had the idea to do this. So let's take a look around. I mean, most of you are gonna know about some of these. It's been a long time since I read this, but The Inner Voice of Trading, I remember it really spoke to me. I really like a lot of the stuff that was in here. He's all about self-awareness and understanding emotions and again being aware of them and those type things. And I think those are very important. I mean, he's got a chapter in here on emotional blind spots. He's surrender, by the way, chapter 2. I remember how good that was. You got to do a lot of surrendering as a trader. You can't bring a lot of other things and be in control. Chapter 10, becoming an emotional specialist. And chapter 11, the last one, listening to your inner voice. I think there's a lot of good stuff in here. Thinking in bets, it's very good. Making smarter decisions when you don't have all the facts. That's trading, guys. I know she has the poker background and whatnot, and there's a lot of crossover there and whatnot, but those are good. What else? Nick Saban signed football. Instead of the groom at a wedding, finding the what is it, garter? Is that what it's called? Anyways, and then shooting that off into the group of bachelors. They're big Bama football fans, and they had Nick Saban sign a football, and the groom threw it out into the pack of us, and of course we all went up for it and tipped it, and then it's rolling on the ground. I mean, we're in tuxedos, like diving after this ball. I came out with it. Pretty proud of that. Here's a really good one that I do not talk about often. Here's one that I do talk about often. This little guy, I think I bought this book for like 99 cents. The guy, I don't mean to laugh at him. I obviously am a big fan, but I guess it's okay to laugh. He was like a trampoline artist, in fact, I didn't even know that was in the Olympics, but I think he was a trampoline artist in the Olympics. I don't know, some type of gymnast. Okay, gymnasts are phenomenal. Dan Millman is a former world trampoline champion, a Hall of Fame gymnast, university coach, blah 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 blah. So he's not always on a trampoline. Phil Jackson here, Billie Jean King. A lot of people, talking him up here. This was an excellent book. Little nuggets like the seasons come and go, right? I know some of it is kind of like, sounds Eastern and whatnot. From spring to summer to fall, they progress or whatnot. All these things in nature that happen, methodically over time and whatnot. But only the human is in a hurry, right? It kind of zens you out with some stuff like that. And not only that, but it's very, very practical. I have pages and pages and pages of notes on this. Those who have no inner life are prisoners of their surroundings. Think about that for a while. So he talks about understanding the larger game, understanding the natural laws of things, which is what I kind of talked about, the power of awareness, preparation, developing talent is section 2, mental talent, emotional talent, physical talent, which is not as applicable to us on the physical side, but still, this is an excellent Excellent book. So it's The Inner Athlete by Dan Millman. All right, I'll do one more. You know what? I'm going to pick one that I haven't looked at for at least 10 years. But this was, I feel like it was a pivotal book for me. It was a, what's it called? A seminal moment? I don't know the word, but way down here on the bottom. The Master Swing Trader, Alan Farley. I think he even had like a website and would put out like opportunities and things like that. But let's see here. This is a beast of a book, and honestly, I should reread it sometime. He talks. It's very thorough. Okay. We're talking very important, what he calls the trend range axis, which is an odd way of talking about identifying the contextual situation, whether the market in general is ranging or trending. Identifying that and then deploying different tactics based on that. I mean, that's what I do this day and age, but just with market profile and other tools than he uses. He's very price action based. I mean, I know there's some, Bollinger Bands in here at times and whatnot. But anyways, swing, momentum, understanding time, trend relativity, volume, cross market analysis, risk reward. That's just chapter 1, the gateway to short-term trading, all those various things he goes through. Chapter 2 is preparing for the market day. Chapter 3 is analyzing the market. Cycles, recognizing trends, volume and patterns. Chapter 4, building a swing trading strategy. And by swinging, it doesn't necessarily mean he's holding positions for weeks. You can apply a lot of this stuff to different time frames. Risk management, mastering different tools. Again, he goes back to time. Chapter 6 is understanding time, whether it's different times of day, the element of time in markets in general, mastering setups. He teaches a couple different setups in here. I'm still going through the index here, or table of contents. Table of contents. Part 3, making the trade, timing and methods, executions, targets. Anyways, it's just, maybe if you're newer to trading, this is a good one to just go through an encyclopedia, really, of one person's opinion and views on just all kinds of things. Again, it's very thorough. There's a whole lot to it. So anyways, there's a handful of books that I don't talk about a lot, as like Trading in the Zone, Jim Dalton, Steenbarger, all these things. These are some perhaps overlooked ones that could add a little extra value to. All right, so welcome to the setup here. I'll walk you through various things. I'm going to use my phone here to hit all the points I want to hit and remember all the names of everything and the details. So first off, the desk. It's a desk that I absolutely love. I've had it for a couple years. It's a Jarvis bamboo desk by Fully is the brand. So it's 60 inches wide by 30 inches deep. And as you can see here, there's presets and whatnot. We can, raise it and lower it and whatnot, or just move it to different presets. Obviously, it goes all the way up to, standing, sitting. 350 pound weight limit, I believe, on it. So it's very good in terms of sturdiness and what it can handle. And I love the way it looks. It has all kinds of features for holding your wires and all kinds of things like that. So love the desk. This chair is a Secret Lab Omega. This is the soft weave cookies and cream. I have some back issues, lower back problems, like a slight, herniated disc or whatnot from years of tennis and all kinds of stuff. But this chair, I have not had a day. I've had this chair since late 2018, I believe. I've not had a day where it's like, oof, I can tell the chair's not working out for me, my back. Fantastic. All the different ways that you can get it ergonomic, whether it's the height of the elbows here, how far out they are, how far forward they are when I'm in different positions, really nice quick tilt up, all the good stuff. But even the stupid little simple things like this pad that goes behind me here for the lumbar support, this pad, which I didn't think I would end up loving. Oh my goodness, you can kick back in this thing. It really just kind of cradles you and supports you, get in a nice posture and watch a trade, stalk a trade. Love the chair. The thing I don't love about this chair is, now it's not gonna do it. I feel like every time I move, there you go. It's squeaky. I've had this chair for years and it still squeaks when you shift your weight in it and stuff like that. So slight annoying for great comfort, and I like it. Okay, so the PC here. Built this in 2018. It was my first time ever building a PC. No prior experience with any of the components or anything. I had to figure out what all was required to go in a PC. I highly recommend doing that, unless you're just anti-technology and you just cannot handle it. I think a lot of traders are not anti-technology and can handle it. Therefore, I think it's a very cool experience. The thing is that, it's only like 8 components at the end of the day that snap together, and there's websites out there to make sure that you're testing your compatibility and all kinds of things like that. So, what else in general about it? It's nothing crazy. It's just, I researched what I needed, and went just a little bit beyond that and whatnot. The cool thing about having built your own is that you're in a position to pop something out and replace it with something else. When technology evolves over time, right? I've had this computer for several years now. It might be coming around for some updates and whatnot. So far so good. It's been a dream since I plugged it in. Even though I thought I had a major problem, the first time I ever plugged it in, you check your temperatures of your processor and all kinds of things that are running. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's gonna melt down. It's, crazy temperatures. Well, I forgot about, whether it was in Celsius or Fahrenheit, and made some assumptions there that were wrong. So that was the only scary time I ever had the whole time, buying any of it, putting any of it together or whatever. So anyways, when you just buy a PC, a lot of times you don't know what all the components are. You don't know where somebody cut costs and put something in that's not gonna last, that's gonna bring down everything else. I know every component in there, and like I said, I can upgrade it, I can swap them out. I've got warranties on things. It's surprisingly easy and surprisingly good. I recommend it. Most traders don't need an ultra high-end PC. I said that before. It's quality, but nothing crazy. Here's the specs. The processor is an Intel i7-8700K. RAM, you'll laugh at me. Corsair Vengeance RGB Pro, 16 gigs, DDR4. I know a lot of people have much more RAM than that. For the storage, I have a Samsung 970 EVO Plus solid state drive. It's 500 gigs, only 500 gigs. I pop in another one, no problem, right? If I need more storage, I can put more in. It hasn't happened yet. I use so much cloud-based things. It's not like I'm storing a bunch of videos and photos and music and stuff on there. It's not on there. I'm on Spotify, I'm on Google Drive, Dropbox, blah, blah, blah. So, and I have in some games. I play some games. I used to play more than I do now. But they take up a lot of space, and I'm okay. Motherboard is an Asus ROG, Republic of Gamers, Strix, STRIX Z390E, okay? Motherboards are very boring. People don't like to talk about them, but they're important because that's what controls, you know, the quality of the audio that you have, your different inputs and outputs. Like there's, you know, motherboards are very important. Graphics, a GTX 1080. I know that they have the new RTX out now, but guys that I know that have the RTX with the new, I forget what they call it, some kind of like lacing or interweaving or something. Most stuff doesn't use it at all, so it's a little bit kind of overkill, and some people with some bad experience from my experience so far. So anyways, GTX 1080, beautiful card. It's an NZXT case, a Corsair 750 watt power supply, and a Corsair H100i V2 liquid cooling. Almost none of that is, you know, crazy, oh, you know, the coolest liquid cooling with, you know, different things. It's just quality components that I've researched, and they've done a really good job for me. By the way, if it's even a question, if I'm like somehow in bed with, let's say, Corsair or whatever, you know, no kickbacks, nothing. I'm just telling you guys what I have, you know, as usual. Monitors. These are four 32-inch monitors. I think the video right now makes them, it's a wide angle lens. It's kind of like wide and making them look narrow. You know, here's an iPhone 12, you know, Pro or whatever, and it's a lot of real estate here. The top two are, I want to say, yeah, so 2560 by 1440. So they are not 4K. I forget what you call it, QHD or something like that. I've had those for quite a while. And then the bottom two are 4K. Now, Merritt, why not just get four 4K monitors? Well, I considered it, but honestly, I really dislike, I love the 4K monitors, don't get me wrong, but I genuinely dislike how small things are. My vision is perfectly fine. I don't wear glasses or contacts or anything. Text is small on a 4K monitor. You know, maybe it's deep on the 30-inch deep desk, but for stuff where I'm, you know, reading some text and don't want to fiddle with zooming in or zooming out or whatever, a lot of times I use the top monitors. I keep the top monitors for, well, let me walk through the monitors. I think I have some notes here to be specific about that. The bottom two, again, 4K charting. The bottom two are really all about charting and my platform and whatnot, so that, I mean, I used to have, like back in the day, I had 6 19 or 20-inch monitors, and I felt like I needed more. I could now comfortably, if I really wanted to, I could fit every bit of that same charting. I'm still kind of using the same methodology and whatnot, so using a lot of the same charts and number of charts that I use, which is a lot. I could easily fit those on the two bottom monitors, no problem. But I have a lot of other job descriptions in what I do. I'm monitoring traders' risk. You know, I'm active in our community and monitoring all kinds of things and whatnot, and email and helping people with different things, and students and my desk traders on Discord, and you know, all this stuff. So I need more real estate than I would if it was just me trading my own money simply, right? So again, charting is across the bottom, top left, couple more charts, my DMI charts to be specific, so that no matter what chart books I flip through, looking at, for example, I'm focused on the S&P. Well, guess what? I can have a DMI chart with my, you know, bias levels and things like that for the S&P, for crude, for gold, for NASDAQ and whatnot, all up there as well. And then my risk for my traders, so I see what's going on moment to moment there with what they're doing, so I can step in and say, hey, have you thought about, you know, why did you make this decision? Or great trade, or, you know, all the different things I might comment on my traders throughout the day. Top right, I usually keep Notion, some analytics, Discord, again, so I can communicate with my desk guys. the community site, email, that type stuff typically is top right up there. The stand, I'll try and get some shots of it back there. I bought a cheaper stand, and I forget the, I think it's Mount It. It's the best stand I've ever had. This particular one, believe it or not, is just clamped on the back of the desk. Supports a lot of weight with these 432s. It's fully customizable in terms of rotating everything, the arms, how they flex in or out. Great stand. Mouse and keyboard. So let me get out of the way here. We'll do mouse first. This is a beautiful little gaming mouse. And why do I mention so much gaming stuff? Well, who else cares about quality and latency and reliability than gamers? You know, or I guess I should have said other than traders. Anyways, it's gamers. They care too. So a lot of the gaming gear is really good for us. This is a Phantom, Ultralight Phantom by Final Mouse. My wife kind of surprised me with this. I had my eye on it for a while, and it was you couldn't get it anywhere. It was just out of stock, nowhere to find it. And so she got me on a wait list and got me one of these, and I absolutely have not looked at other mice since then. It has, you know, customizable thumb, a couple of thumb buttons there. Just overall, you see the holes all in it. I hope the video shot's good, and we'll get some close-up stuff. But it's so light, it takes no energy to move around. My last mouse was on the heavier side of things. But these holes, you ever find your hand sweating on the mouse? Not with all these holes. It lets airflow through there. It's just very, very comfortable for long duration periods with your hand on your mouse. The keyboard here, this is a Corsair K70. Let me get the exact, Corsair K70 RGB rapid fire. So it's got software that comes with it. You can change the color scheme. You can customize, you know, what some of these buttons do or whatnot. It's nice to have a little volume scroll wheel to quickly adjust your Zoom call volumes or whatnot. And it's got tremendously low latency. It's got some USB inputs and different things that I can utilize if need be. I bought it for the latency. I bought it because before a key is fully depressed, right? So here's the key, you press it in till you can't press it anymore. It registers the keystroke well before you ever get to that level. So I can just barely touch. You guys probably could not see that, but I'm barely touching that key, and it's triggering the Windows button there. So it's fast, and you know, it's good. I love it. Whatever. You know, I wasn't gonna say, actually, this Pixel. I used to have a Pixel. I'm the only person in the world who goes back and forth between iPhones and Androids. Everyone else is in a camp. You're all biased. You've all got your ecosystems. I bounce around. I go with whatever I think's great at the time. So this was an old Pixel stand, but guess what? It works. It works for iPhone as well. But it's nice to have the phone up there, visible and charging. I almost never charge my phone overnight because I'm at the office and I just keep it on that. So you're working, it's kind of like another screen. I'm sure, you know, many of you do that with iPads and all kinds of things. But anyways, small little touch there. Headphones. These are the Bayer Dynamic DT990 Pro, 250 ohm. These babies are what's called, what do they call it? Open back? Let me get my notes here. Yeah, open back. So I can hear, there's a little almost like piece of paper or something through here, but they're really kind of open In terms of like airflow, your ears don't get super hot and sweaty. I know I have some Bose noise canceling headphones that get pretty hot. You know, especially with those kind of like leather or pleather, you know, whatever it is. They're very comfortable, but they get hot. These are very cool. They're very comfortable, and obviously the audio quality is pristine with these babies. So love these. You know, we listen to music, listen to each other. It's good to be comfortable and have quality. If I could shift, we got a basic, you know, Blue Yeti here. I think that you see a million of these things everywhere. This is the standard Rode boom arm or whatnot that you get off Amazon that everybody gets. It just clamps to the desk over there if you can see that. So pretty simple, but it's good to be able to adjust this. It's good to be able to swing it out of the way when you're not needing it in your airspace, and bring it in close, you know, for some really quality voice, whatever. What else is on the list here? Oh, this little guy, Stream Deck. It's by Elgato. What is this? Logitech? Oh, my webcam is a Logitech. I don't know if it's the C920 or the C922. I didn't look up exactly which one it is, but it's one of those. Does a great job, HD. Whenever you guys have seen me on whatever, you know, whether it's a Futures Friday where I show video or the Nadro course or whatnot, that's what it's, you know, shot from there. Unless it's from this view, then I use my Nikon D750. Okay, the Stream Deck. Okay, so it's interesting. It's on a stand here, so you see it's a little, you know, flatter device here. Each one of these, including the little icon or whatever, is programmable. There's software that you pull up. You choose what each one of these does. So, and there's even folders and sub-menus within things and whatnot. So for example, let's say that I want to mute my mic. I have one, automatically mute my mic. It shows visibly there. I don't know if you can see it or not. There's a little red X or red slash through the microphone, mutes that mic. You know, if I'm trading and I want to have some hotkeys in front of me, well, guess what? There's a sub menu where I've created a little template for changing between, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 presets of different quantity size, flatten trades, buy market, sell market. Pretty simple. Back out and go to the main menu here. You know, you can pull up the community site straight from you know, the Stream Deck here. When I'm streaming, I can switch between scenes and camera views and screen shares or be right back screens or whatever. You can do so many things with this. It's pretty sweet. Just saves you a couple extra clicks from going and doing different things. So I think that's it for the setup. This works really well for me. I don't really find myself needing anything with this setup. It does a great job.